Team to beat Denver twice in that gym this year. And this one comes in Game 7, 100-96. The Blazers win it. They're in the Western Conference Final for the first time since 2000. And after the game, Dennis Scott with Dame Lillard.
All right, Dame, your first Game 7. You didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but your leadership really showed up tonight.
I mean, it was a group effort. CJ, he doesn't get a lot of credit. People talk about what I'm doing and, what I've done, but he's there every step of the way.
On a night where Dame struggled shooting the ball, CJ came up big. That's what, being part of a team. It's a luxury to have two guys who can score like that.
Everybody came in and just did what we had to do. Coming into tonight, I wasn't putting pressure on myself saying, you got to shoot and you got to do this. I was like, whatever it takes to get the win, that's what I'm going to do.
I hate to lose. So right now Mother's Day sucks. Tonight's loss is going to motivate us. It's going to motivate not just Jamal Murray because he was 4 of 18, but we have now tasted what it's like to win in the playoffs. We have tasted how close we were to get to the Western Conference Finals. So we'll use that to come back a better team, and I look forward to that challenge.
The chase down block, I don't know how many of those I can remember seeing, but that's a pretty big play in the game.
He put it right there for me. I just went and got it, Bron style. It was a mini version of Bron block on Iggy some years ago. Definitely didn't get up as high, but it was a cool play and something that we'll remember forever. I might get a picture of that one.
So CJ McCollum outscores the rest of the starters for Portland 37-34 and goes 17 for 29 on the night. And the Blazers behind those 37 points from CJ. He had 14 30-point games in the regular season 4 times now in the post, and they win it 100-96. It was interesting to hear when you hear coaches talk after games, like you hear Mike Malone, for a team that's so young and getting this close to the Western Conference Finals, hey, we're going to grow from this. This is a great memory for these guys to build on and motivate them. And then you hear Mike D'Antoni the other night who said, that's going to leave a mark. Well, it's two teams coming at it from different perspectives, different angles, yeah.
Ken and Shaq both know this. When you start the season, everybody's expectations are not the same. Like for the Celtics, the Rockets, it was a bad year. They only have to, the Celtics probably had to get to the finals for it to be a better year. The Rockets had to win the championship. It's probably going to be the same for the Warriors. But Denver's, I tell you, they got a joker. I'm glad America got an opportunity to see him play 7 amazing games.
Yeah, no doubt.
But, man, let me tell you something. This Portland team, they are loaded. They right behind Stephen Clay as the best 2-guard combinations in the NBA. They got a fantastic bench. I hope Rodney Hood is all right. That's going to be a hell of a series.
Yep, 2-2 in the regular season, and now you throw the no Durant into there. You throw the possibility of Cousins coming back in the Western Conference Finals because they say he may be close.
Listen, I'm already on the record. I've told y'all a month ago the Trailblazers going to the finals.
I know you said that. And you also said Golden State couldn't win a series without KD.
Well, I didn't know the Rockets was going to lay down like dogs. But let me tell you something.
Like what, Chuck?
Like dogs. Like dogs.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. Even without Nurkic, I love their team. And like I say, I believe it. I think the Blazers are going to the finals.
Were you thinking that in the second quarter when it was a 17-point game and Dame couldn't throw it in the ocean?
Yeah, because...
Or were you thinking,
No, I told you, Mark Jackson...
8 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the second quarter when they got there, went into the penalty.
And Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, who was talking like coach, he says, I don't understand why these guys are fouling 90, because they got like 3 fouls on the other end of the court. Like, they could not throw it in the ocean. They had a big lead. When you give teams free points.
3 point. Oh, wait, question.
Like, Van Gundy was great on that today. He's like, I don't know. He said, because Ernie, you got to remember something. Even though they were down 17, it was 8 or 10 at halftime.
9, yeah.
9. So then, all that stuff is off. Like, there's a big difference between 17 at the half to 9 at the half.
Yeah, like roughly 8.
8 points. I do have to if you want to go to Shaq.
I was going to go to Shaq because we haven't heard much from you. What's your initial take on the next series now, Portland and Golden State?
Well, it's similar to, Golden State playing the Rockets, if you want to simplify it. And you got two teams that have great shooters. Which team is going to get cold first? I'm going with Golden State. They got the best shooter, and they got a guy who's the second best shooter. I like Portland getting cold before Golden State. It's going to be pretty even. Like you said, during the regular season, it was 2-2. But when it comes to somebody getting cold for a game or two, I got to believe that Portland will go cold way before Golden State, especially now with Steph Curry being back at the driver's seat, in rhythm, taking all the shots and not deferring any.
Kenny, couple things hit me.
Thank you.
I just remember I hadn't talked to Charles, and it was right after the trade that Portland made and brought in Cantor and Hood. And I watched the game. It was on a Wednesday night. And I'm looking at the game, and I said, man, this team can get to the NBA
And they
Finals.
had Nurkic at that
And so
time.
didn't know. Came in the next day, and as I was saying, he said, I watched the game, and that's when we decided together that they could get to the finals. And the reason showed today, because I talked about this the other day about pulling your great player through a hole. Sometimes a great player, Dame Lillard, 3 for 17, doesn't have it. But you have to pull him through the hole so now people don't remember that he was 3 for 17, and they don't call him a guy who didn't show up in a Game 7, in his first Game 7, a guy who didn't get it done. Yeah, you hit a big shot. That was the first. Now he's in the Western Conference Finals. And to me, the ability to have multiple guys and take some pressure off it. Rodney Hood played great till he got hurt. Mo Harkless came back in, even though he didn't start in the second half. He came in and played extremely well in the second half.
Evan Turner with the 10 points.
Zach Collins played extremely well. They didn't have this 2 years ago. It was you go, I go. You go, I go. Yep. Now they're getting pulled through the hole. And that's the difference. And I'm going to say the last thing. They are the clear and present danger to the Golden State Warriors.
All your money and all your houses up.
All right, I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, you can't bully us with cash. We all rich, brother.
I'm Richard.
We all, and you got a little bit, but we all rich.
Rich and richer and richest.
We all rich.
Hey, rich, richer, and richer.
Hey, I told you. Hey, listen, when you go to the bank, they stand up. When me and Kenny walk in the bank, they walk up too.
I don't go to the bank. They deliver it by picking.
The Denver Nuggets season ends. They were 54-28. They were 7-7 in the postseason, as it turns out. A couple of 7-game series, and the notable free agents being Isaiah Thomas and Paul Millsap. But a great year for the Denver Nuggets, number 2 seed in the Western Conference. And
they're the same
for
team
teams
coming
that
back.
don't have much playoff experience, they play 2 Game 7s. Here, this is the first buzzer beater in Game 7 history.
Really?
First buzzer beater in Game 7 history. 135 of those.
I love to see Kawhi Leonard like that.
And Kawhi Leonard afterwards as the Raptors celebrate, moving on to the Eastern Conference.
He's too calm for me, man. You got to be jumping in that locker room right now, man. Come on, man.
It's not him.